Hi guys, my name is Denek, I go by Zed, and welcome on a Driveway Garage channel. Today's video is all about track days. I love track days. When you go to track day, you have heaps of fun. Today we will walk you through some of the essentials about when you go to the track day, what you should prep, what you shouldn't do, what you should expect, what you should take with you, what you don't have to take with you. And also we would like to touch on the cost. Cost is a major concern for a lot of people and very often puts them off. And we want to just present that there's really no reason for that. You can do track days on cheap, you can do motorsport on cheap, and just have a heaps of fun. You won't be the fastest, but I promise you, if you do it right, you will have the most fun on the track. What I would start with is probably you want to choose a circuit which is close to your home. You really don't want to drive somewhere for 2-3 hours, then do a whole day of driving and then drive back. Also, if your car breaks down, it's a long way to tow the car back home. Some of the circuits require a bit more experience, but it doesn't mean that you would not be able to do it, drive them, and whatever you want to do there. It's just you might not have as much fun as you would have on some of the simpler circuit. When you arrive on a track day, the first thing which they will do is they will measure the noise level. It's a massive concern. If you trigger the sound trigger, whatever how it calls, doesn't matter. It's a black flag. You go home. The best way how to make sure that you can enjoy your track day is to go there beforehand. They are happy to measure the noise level of your car at any point. So just give them a call, go on a circuit day or a couple of weeks before that. They will measure the level, and you will be sure on the day that you will pass the noise levels. Time of the year, again, good consideration. Being on a track in the winter, it wasn't more about going in the circuit, but stay on a circuit when the track gets very wet. I don't know if it's the rubber on the tarmac which is on the track, but the tarmac gets super slippery. So even with the good tires, you have no chance to actually pull some good times. It's just really about staying on the track. Generally, the popularity of the track days is just booming after the pandemic. So what that means is everything start to be booked well in advance. So if you are super keen to go during the summer months, July, August, even September, you have to book it more than 4 or 5 months in advance just to be sure that you will get a slot. One of the consideration before you go to the track day, you say what it's going to cost me to go on a track day. Obviously, the cost of the booking of the track day, it starts from 120 pounds a day up to somewhere 300 pounds. Another cost which not that many people factor in is fuel. From our experience, we usually use 1 full petrol tank on a track day. Tires, again, one of the factors. If you go in the winter and super slippery, you barely touch the tires. If you go during a hot summer day when it's dry, you melt the tires away quite quickly. Brake pads, they wear out quite quickly, so you would expect if you drive hard, it probably use up half of the pad. So you have every second track day you have to change them. Oil change, an optional cost out of all of them, but I would strongly recommend to spend the money on it, which is tuition. If you've never been on a track, you don't know the corners, and you want to have a fun, get the tuition. It will boost your speed on the track. You will be much more competitive with other people on the track. Today, I'd like to introduce you our vehicle. So it's a MX-5 2002 year. It has the VVT engine in it. It has an open diff in the back, which will change very soon because it's rubbish and we don't want to do one-wheel donuts anymore. It's a 1.8. It has a few modifications already. It has a roll bar. Good idea to have it. We have a coilovers, upgraded brakes. You will probably not see many performance modifications because as soon as you start to modify the performance, like with any car, you will experience breakdowns. And even people say, no, you won't. They've never been to the track day. So there is a massive difference between car being a truck car and car being a road car. What do you want to check before you go to the truck day? So the first one, leaks. That's obvious one. Just go look under your car. If you see any puddles, that's a warning sign that something is not quite right. You want to check your tires. You want to make sure you have at least some of the tread left. Don't forget, if it's your only pair, your only set of the tires, you have to drive to the truck day, be on a truck, and drive home. And probably you want to be obviously it's your choice, but you want to be road legal. Then brake pads. Make sure that you have enough pads left on the car. If you, just from a rule of thumb, if you have a less than half and you know you are going to drive hard, maybe it might not be enough for the truck day. Just a rule of thumb. Fuel important consideration. We are always in rush. We always run last minute. Make sure you start your journey with a full tank. Coolant. You want to make sure you have enough coolant in the car. That's it. Screen wash. Brake fluid, a super important one. The first thing which we did with Ant, we swapped from whatever it was there, probably from what people in Japan has put in the car, .4. We switched to .5.1, I think. It's safety precaution. You don't want to be coming 100 miles an hour to the corner and find out that there is nothing else to slow you down except the barrier. And finally, oil. What we do usually with the Mazda, we try to slightly overfill the engine. Someone might say, "Oh, that's so bad." We don't overfill it too much. We just want to make sure that when you go corners and you pull the massive G-forces, you will still have some oil picked up by the oil pump. Obviously, there's nothing obvious about that. From the perspective, what you should bring. Let's deep dive into it. Car jack. We always use it when we want to swap the tires around. Axle stands. You don't want to crawl under the car when it stands on a jack. Because the Mazda is ridiculously low and it's hard to jack it up, we have a piece of wood. You can never go wrong with a piece of timber.
That's what she said.
Breaker bar, impact gun, bring all the tools which makes your life easier. So those are the two things which we always bring with us. We do also bring, oh my goodness, how the thing is called? Torque wrench. That's the thing there. We don't use it, but we bring it because everyone else do. Brake pads, winding tool. Last time I took with us as a grinder because the calipers on the Mazda are short, so for some reason they are slightly smaller than the brake pads, so I just bring a grinder or something similar just to adjust the metal. Screwdrivers, C-spanners. We bring also Allen keys because if you on the Mazda specifically, if you need to change the brake pads in the back, you have to wind back the handbrake. The list is started to go quite long, but trust me, it's not that much stuff. Because of JDM, obviously you have to have a zip ties, gaffer tape, tire pump, which you do need because when the tires gets hot, it's you want to release a bit of the pressure just to keep the grip up. What we do also bring with you is with us. It's a helmet. You don't need to. You can rent it. I think it costs £10 per rental per day. But we just bring our own. Last thing, which is not a tool, but you have to bring it with you. It's a driving license. So finally, you spent your hard-earned cash and you bought the ticket to go to the truck day. You checked your car, everything is good to go. You are super happy. When you finally get there, it depends on a truck, but they usually do first noise test. So before you even park at the car park, they want to test your car that it passed the noise limits. If it does, they give you a little sticker, and the sticker is the thing which the marshals check when you enter the truck. Before, obviously, you are allowed to go on a truck. You park your car and you do the sign on. That's the place where they will ask you for your driving license. That's the place where you can, if you haven't booked it in advance, you can book your tuition. And they give you a wristband. The wristband is super important. You have to have it on all the time. It's a confirmation that you went to the safety briefing, that they check your driving license and all of those things. Before you enter the truck, you have to raise your hand and they will check that you have the wristband on. If you do not have the sticker about the noise test, they will not let you to go on a truck. Before the official session start, sometimes they have a little briefing, so they will just walk you through the flags, what they mean. Afterwards, they say everyone go to the truck, so usually you go to the garages. There will be already a safety car waiting for you, and they have I think they call it sightseeing laps. It's something like that. So usually you do one or couple or two laps around the circuit with in regulated speed. So there is the safety car going in the front of you. Usually the car is like an AMG or something. So it actually, the slow speed, which they call it, is the maximum speed of the MX-5. It's just for you to get familiar with the circuit. I don't think you necessarily need to attend those, but I would again strongly recommend it, especially when it's your first time on that circuit. So everyone has to return to the pits and then they will resume the track day from this point on. Everyone says don't do the first 15 minutes because obviously everyone tries to jump on a truck right away. It can get very crowded. I'd never seen anything which would lead that the truck would be overcrowded, and the trucks are usually, the circuit is so big that 20, 30, 40 cars gets lost in that setup. After you finish everything, you just go on a truck. You will crack a short session, probably around 20 minutes. I think your brakes would last longer, your car would last longer, but it's between 20 minutes and half an hour. It's usually the ideal time for yourself and for the car, just to give a break to yourself, give a break to the car. I do one session, then we will let the car rest for a bit, and we'll hit a few laps, come back and let the car rest again. So that's how we go through the day. Usually you finish the last lap or last half of the lap with the cooling down, because you don't want to come back to the pits with red hot brakes and boiling engine. You just slow down, you cruise in a fifth gear all the way around, so that when you come to the pits, everything is much cooler. And stop talking and let's go to the live action. very much for staying with us all the way through. We are very excited to bring you more videos. If you have any comments, questions, please pop them below. We will always try to come back and answer as many as we can. Please like and subscribe. It will really help us to get it out to more people and grow our channel and being able to obviously bring you more content. And see you in the next one.